guess he doesn't want to have him around when it comes to it, no? Maybe? I don't know, but I'm ready to cry again. This episode is a roller coaster.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Rainbow Reels with Panos and Matt. We have reached the final episode 8 of Fellow Travelers. Last episode was already very explosive and traumatic.
Mm-hmm.
We find out that Jackson has passed away, Hawkins' son.
Mm-hmm.
This triggered Hawkins leaving the family, going to Fire Island, having fun, escaping reality.
Mm-hmm.
Skippy shows up,
Yes.
trying to help him, but in the end, they kind of have a fight, and they don't leave on good terms.
Not really, no.
Not really.
But
And
Hawkins gets pulled out of this black hole,
yes,
and it looks like he's going back to the family, right? And then at the end we see, obviously, played in the late 70s, 78, so Harvey Milk, the riots, and then we see Skippy having another seizure at the end.
And that's how we end it.
Mm-hmm. So,
let's see what happens next.
Let's go. It is. Is that Skippy's flat?
Looks like it.
That might be Lucy.
It's like, where are you? You say you're gonna stay 3 days or something.
It's been 3 weeks.
It's me.
Lucy.
I'm here.
Oh,
Where?
San Francisco.
she's come?
Oh wow.
I was worried about you.
Oh,
I
bless.
am worried.
Oh, fine.
Gotta stop crying already.
You're not fine.
We need to talk.
It's been not even 5 minutes and I'm ready to cry. You know what? We also don't know what happened to his test results. You know, he did a test.
Exactly.
I woke up last night and I didn't know where I was.
Oh no.
I knew I was in a hospital, but I couldn't remember. I didn't know who I was. Timothy David Laughlin. It's not true what they say about vodka. I can smell it on you. Really, Hawk? What's this? A do not resuscitate order.
Oh no.
Lucy's in town. She asked if she could see you.
What?
I'm not surprised.
I guess she wants to have some closure as well.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, it's fair, you know. She, after all, shared a husband with
after
Tim.
3 decades.
Ah, here we go.
Too early for me. I think Jerome has the virus. He hasn't told me, but he's been cold to me lately. Why won't he tell me?
He's so young.
Boys.
And you,
What?
your test.
There we go.
Negative.
Really? That was...
Son of a bitch. Still bulletproof.
Very true.
Maybe that's his, the burden. He needs to outlive them all, right? Almost like a lesson.
Who's
Is he
winning?
back home? Oh, that's... Time jump.
You're having a big day.
Oh, she's pregnant.
What's this?
A telegram. It just came for you.
Oh, Skippy.
Tim.
Anything to worry about?
The Hungarian refugees do something.
So, I bet... No, not I bet. So I'm assuming he broke his promise because he said, promise you don't write, and he's writing, no?
Yeah, but I guess this was already
No.
when he was back from the military. So it's not.
Corporal Laughlin, you broke your promise.
You're right.
And you have a better than average chance of being selected considering you've been recommended by Mr. Fuller.
Thanks for the recommendation.
Excited about the job? I am. I don't know how to thank you.
No. He
I can
knows.
think of a few ways. I had to join the army to get away from you. What's next?
Fly me to the moon.
Imagine, I'm gonna be an astronaut.
Get away from you.
Yeah, I'll let you know when I hear from Osborne. Thanks.
He can't escape his spell.
But Timmy's keeping his
Right over
distance. He just wants that job, you know? So I wonder if is she pregnant with Jackson or with the,
Would assume
with the
not.
daughter?
He's kicking,
Don't
yes.
be afraid to touch.
Excuse me. Where would you like this?
Right there is perfect.
This is how they're delivering furniture back in the day? Unwrapped, no bubble wrap, no security, no paperwork, nothing?
Already assembled.
Oh no.
I'll get the rest.
Thank you.
In front of the wife.
Unbelievable.
Just for Representative Sullivan?
Missouri's own. She must be a hero of yours.
She is. Best part,
Ah, look who it is.
I am no longer on the federal government's payroll, so
Yes, he recommended me. Don't worry, he's changed.
do people change?
She's like, don't fall.
I got a letter last week from Caroline. That's her baby. I wonder sometimes when it all happened, if I had offered to leave DC with her. Have you read The Catcher in the Rye?
Mm-mm.
If a kid wants to grab for the gold ring, you have to let him do it. If they fall, they fall. I think it's love.
Ooh, it looks like she's wearing Chanel.
Timothy Laughlin.
Room 511. Straight ahead.
I also love
But
how
I
they're
want to
just
know,
letting
did
everybody in.
Timmy agree to meeting her, or is she just showing up, you know?
Maybe she's just showing up.
I don't need to wear gloves, do I?
No,
Babes.
you're perfectly safe.
Thank you.
Is that a classic?
Mm-hmm. Looks like it.
May I? How are you?
My hair's falling out. What else? My social worker suggested I sign a do not resuscitate order. How are you?
Oh my god.
The government ought to do more about this. It's terrible. My father used to argue for a national healthcare system. He believed government should take care of its citizens. So do I. It's not always wise to judge someone on appearances.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Fuller, but why are you here?
Why is he upset?
How much you mean to him?
Shouldn't you ask him?
Exactly.
Right. You had him most of his life.
But you were always there. I could never get away from you.
It's not a contest.
Of course it is. When Jackson died, it was so unbearable. If I had had to bear that alone,
She would have killed herself, no?
I wouldn't have lived through it.
Yeah.
I should be going.
If only she
Mrs. Fuller.
knew what Hawkins was doing,
Thank you.
right?
That felt like the Rush conversation.
Hmm.
It was not really closure.
Huh. Stuff. Was he sleeping there?
I don't
Maybe?
think so. Maybe she saw it. Maybe he is. Yes, I assume so. Ah, bless her. See, it's so unfair, no? I mean, I really feel for her. I really do feel for her. Nobody deserves this. Nobody.
How do you know this friend? He's actually Lucy's friend.
Yeah, but it's killing the wrong people, or the right people, depending on how you look at it. Besides, he made a choice.
Nobody
Disgusting.
chooses to get a terminal disease because they wanted to fuck somebody.
Just a bill, baby?
She's young.
What can I say? I like it tight.
So what was that,
Is he
1980?
gonna threaten him now? Like blackmail him or something?
Security take her out of your room in the middle of the night because the two of you were shit-faced and making so much noise?
Yeah.
Wait for it.
Did Linda ever find out about that?
That's low, huh? Even for you. I'll see what I can do to help Lucy's friend, but don't get your hopes up.
Well, it was efficient.
Hawkins with the receipts. He was like, babe, hold on.
Who died of hepatitis at Bethesda Naval Hospital on Thursday.
Oh,
Some 70 senators.
McCarthy died. Oh, that's back again in the, like...
I don't know, 50s, 60s? Oh, look at her. That was the girl that threw Hawkins under the bus, no? His assistant. Oh, look who we have here. Oh no. No, she's gonna make a scene.
You're Mr. Fuller's friend.
That's right. Do I know you?
Cock sucker.
Oh my god.
Hey, careful.
I had a hunch you'd be here. Come on.
What a scene.
What is she doing?
What is he doing?
Lucy made me give up my apartment, so I use this place.
What do you do here exactly?
Read, listen to music.
What else?
Yeah, Lucy hates jazz. Although I suspect when I'm not home, she puts on that Elvis character.
Elvis character.
You're happy. Happy within reason.
See? He always wants more. Like, there's always something missing, right?
Yeah, I mean...
Happy within reason.
Does the bathroom work? Yeah, it's down there.
Timmy, run. Quickly. It's now or never. Don't try to catch that ring. That gold ring. Just run.
Yes.
Wait for it. Hawkins is going to be naked waiting for him.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh, just a mattress.
how romantic.
The epitome of marital fidelity. Shut up and drink your milk.
And he can't?
Say.
No.
Oh, look at him. Is that why they're doing the little collaboration with the milk?
Maybe.
Maybe?
The army made a man out of my Skippy. Yeah, it did.
Ooh, are we going to see the roles reversed?
I want you to fuck me.
Oh, there we go.
You knew. Ooh. Look at Timmy being aggressive.
The energy has changed. Is he wearing a jog?
No, he just pulled the underwear down.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
I like that they're giving us one of those before it ends, you know? Oh, bless them.
Steamy glasses.
I knew this was going to happen the minute I opened your letter. I'll meet you here whenever you want. I promise I won't be any trouble.
Back at square one.
I don't have any expectations.
More or less, though. The energy has shifted.
I have plenty.
Yeah, but this is before he got arrested, right?
Yes.
Because already then the chemistry was like completely different.
I might have to give it a quick press.
Oh,
Does he have
no.
a... What's it called? A mark on his neck. Right?
Yes.
Thanks, sweetheart.
What is it, a bite mark?
A hickey. Do you think she's gonna leave him now after all these years?
I don't know. It would be interesting. I guess he needs to just have a proper conversation with her and just tell her no. Be like, how much time do you have?
Because now she knows
Yeah.
really everything, you know?
Yeah. Oh, divorce papers? There is an envelope on the table.
Is there?
Yeah, there is an envelope on the table.
You talked to Tim.
I did.
I'm sorry that I've been away for so long.
I'm not moving to Italy.
I think she's leaving. Yes.
What are you talking about?
I'm not moving.
Yeah, she's leaving.
And I thought, God forgive me, when he dies, it will be over.
But it won't be.
Free of him.
But he was not the only one. Like, he was the main one, but...
We have a family. Grandbabies.
What about desire? Like the kind you had for Tim?
Lucy.
I've lived my whole life not knowing what it's like to be desired.
It's true, though. It's true, though.
We're going to work this out.
Babe, how? No. She doesn't want compromises. He's
Not
not
this time.
understanding it. He's not understanding it. She doesn't want to compromise. See, I thought she's gonna say sign the papers. Looked like an envelope. Maybe it was just the menu or something. See, I get it, right? She said it, she wants to be desired.
What's going on with you? You've been avoiding me. I can't get more than 2 words out of you.
Just fucking play.
No.
Nothing.
Tell me what's wrong.
Nothing.
Cut the bullshit.
I'm fucking positive.
You're innocent. You are.
Oh, the acting is incredible.
Say it.
I'm innocent.
You're innocent.
I'm innocent.
You're innocent. You're innocent. Innocent. You're innocent. You're innocent.
The social one, believe it or not. He loves to dance. Oh, we used to dance all the time. We haven't been apart for more than a week since.
I want to know, like, how many times they met in this house, you know?
And this is what Lucy wants now. And it's absolutely fair to ask for it. And if you can't give it to her, then, you know, she has the courage to finally say it and be like, babes.
Yeah. It's almost like Lucy and, like, his family was always, like, this side project, right? And this was actually his real life.
Yeah, this was his real life.
We'll be colleagues.
Oh, that's cute.
We'll see each other every day.
I have a bad feeling
What bad feeling?
that this maybe scared Hawkins, right? Being colleagues, seeing him every single day, then maybe he did something that he didn't get the job.
You were making noises. I was worried.
Hawk, the do not resuscitate order. I'm not gonna sign it.
Good. feel like I'm fading away. I'm disappearing a little. Every day.
No, I'm here.
What do you do?
Got you.
What do you do?
Come on, Dave. I can't get Lonigan to meet with your friend. AIDS is a touchy issue for the governor right now.
Why is the governor gay?
Roy Cohn died.
Guess that fucker was human after all.
You've always been the stronger one.
Always.
Always.
Who told you?
I just don't want to let him down.
You won't, baby.
My God, every scene I'm gonna cry.
We're here.
What are you doing home?
Oh, your mother left word for me. The doctor was here.
I had a little scare. I tried you at the office, but you were out.
Yesterday?
Yesterday. And the day before.
Whoops. He's at the house.
Go on, go back to the office. Shoot.
All right.
Oh, she's avoiding.
It's painful. I mean, already here she knows something's
No,
going on.
no, but she already knew because this is after she got the letter and burned it, no? The letter that Tim, when she was cleaning out the apartment. There's a lot of time jumps, even now at the end, you know. But I guess we need to see it. I mean, I don't need to see it because I'm on her side. I'm on her side. What is going through his head?
I'm sorry.
What's he doing?
See. It's already getting too risky for him, right? He's spending time away from the office.
Yes.
Lucy seems to be suspicious.
His facade is breaking.
Him having to spend every day or seeing Timmy every single day at work, being colleagues, is too risky for him.
Yeah.
So let's see what he does. No way.
Stop it.
This is the M unit, what they spoke about before. Oh,
Mr. Fuller,
it's him.
Senate Affairs.
Yes.
Timothy Laughlin.
And the issue is?
Osborne's office sent me this letter. I don't satisfy their security considerations. There isn't a soul in Washington who knows.
It was Hawkins.
No, that's impossible.
He told her to tell him?
What? What?
You'd become inconvenient.
He isn't like that.
He is.
Look,
He is exactly like that.
we talked about it, no? Last episode, or an episode before that. Oh my God, look at him. Is he going to the hospital?
No, I don't think so.
Crazy. Are we surprised? No. We knew it, that Hawkins would do it. I mean, I didn't expect it to be Tim, but he better not be drinking alcohol. Is it rum?
Dave Holm, Tim Laughlin.
He doesn't want to touch that.
Nice to meet you. Oh, right. Well, I don't want to interrupt him right now. Maybe later, but I can't make any promises.
Just walk over.
Exactly, just approach him. I hope he's just gonna walk over and talk
Just
to him.
walk over.
Just to be clear, Tim isn't Lucy's friend.
He's my friend.
He's my friend. He just got out of the hospital. I was there with him the whole time. I climbed into his bed and held him.
Look at him.
Great party, Dave.
He's gonna go and wash his hands now.
Wait for it. Damn. Hawkins had enough. Right, so Hawkins throws Tim under the bus. And here he is,
Okay.
standing up for him.
Yeah.
Wow. Like
Bit late.
20 years, 20, 30 years later,
Yeah.
you know?
A long time ago, I did something to hurt you. You don't have to.
No, he does. He has to apologize.
I have loved you my whole life. I've never loved anyone but you. I have no regrets.
Really? Because at Fire Island, you did say you wasted all your life on him.
What are you doing here?
I'll take your badge.
Marcus is going inside with me. He needs your badge to get in.
So,
I think
we're gonna
I'm
make a
being
scene.
used.
I don't get it.
I'll wait for you.
No.
You need to go home.
He can't go home.
Home, Hawk. Make it easy for me.
Why?
I guess he doesn't want to have him around when it comes to it, no? Maybe? I don't know. I'm ready to cry again. This episode is a roller coaster. Crazy.
Promise you won't write?
I won't.
What does that mean now? He's not leaving. No.
But no, okay, so now Marcus is with him in the gala.
Oh, I guess Marcus has nothing to lose, no?
Oh, he's gonna let more
wow.
people in. Wow.
Oh my god, he is at the hospital. When Fuller...
Oh, when she had the baby.
All right, one moment. Let me go and check.
Damn. She didn't even ask, who are you? Are you related?
3,000 Californians with HIV have died. Our government is killing us.
Oh, wow.
AIDS funding now. Our government is killing us.
Oh, he did go home.
But I guess Lucy is not there anymore.
Yeah, she did say that she would stay with the daughter and the husband. No, what was his name, Mark?
I wonder if he's gonna go to Italy alone.
I wouldn't be surprised. I can't believe that he actually did go home. Oh, she did leave. She took the Chanel with her.
AIDS funding now.
Oh, look at him crying.
It's killing us. AIDS funding now.
That was a great shot. Them together, screaming. What does that mean?
Oh, Tim.
Dad? You found him? It's beautiful. From what you've told me, it really suits your friend.
Yeah. Sweetheart. He wasn't my friend. He was the man I loved.
It gets bigger and bigger. Ugh, this is the end?
I mean, we knew it was coming, right? We knew it. We knew it was coming. We just like those explosive shows. It didn't feel like an extra long episode, no?
No. Okay. Give us a minute to collect our thoughts. This was a lot.
I felt like crying every episode, like every scene. I was like literally every scene or every second scene, I was ready to cry. There was something that was, even Lucy, like I really feel for her, you know?
Yeah.
But I also feel like we needed maybe another 1 episode, 2 episodes, because, or maybe, I don't know, but you know, obviously last episode, Fire Island, Tim leaves, he picks up the phone, speaks to his daughter, and then she's like, "We need to talk," and he's like,
"Yeah,
do."
we never saw that."
And it's the this sort of stuff that just happens off screen, right?
Yeah.
We obviously, well, we know that, especially she, right, because the daughter was his favorite, and Jackson was Lucy's favorite.
Yes.
So it makes total sense that she would totally forgive him. You know, and it was beautiful. I think it was absolutely beautiful that she now actually turns up. I'm gonna cry again. It was actually beautiful that she turned up at the end. And she was there with him. It makes total sense, you know. She was his favorite, and vice versa.
I mean, there were a couple of scenes which were sad, right? But they didn't really make me cry. But like,
emotional,
yes,
yeah.
They were emotional,
yeah.
But obviously now at the end it was just like,
yeah, the floodgates opened. It makes sense that she was there, and I think it was beautiful. And you know, obviously that conversation after Fire Island happened off screen, but it's this sort of stuff where I'm like, I'm longing for another episode because I would like to see that closure.
Although maybe they did have a conversation, but knowing Hawkins, he probably wasn't fully open with her
He might have
either,
just said
right?
It was a friend. It was just.
It was the same with when Lucy visited Timmy in the hospital.
Yeah.
And he asked her, "Why are you not speaking? Why are you not asking him?"
And she was like, "Well."
And she was like, "Well,
you know Hawkins.
You wouldn't get anywhere with him, you know, because he's very evasive and whatever."
He would never admit the truth, though.
I guess he was the same way with his daughter. But right now at the end, that's when he fully opened up and he's like, no, this was the man I loved.
Because at this point also, he just didn't have anything else to lose anymore.
No.
Right? He always also just kept that facade up because he himself wasn't strong enough to publicly admit. But at the end now, even at that party when he was speaking to, what was his name, Dave, and then Tim walks away and he shakes Dave's hand and grabs him and says, actually, it's not Lucy's friend, it's my friend. So you can really see at this point, he's like, he doesn't care anymore, right?
Yeah, but it's a bit sad because it had to come to the point that Lucy left him for him then to have this freedom suddenly, right? And him, I guess, accepting who he is and like kind of being open with it.
Yeah. Maybe they should have had that conversation a lot earlier, you know.
Yeah.
Him and Lucy.
Yeah, and I get when you say you feel sad for Lucy as well.
I do.
Like I get it, but at the same time, she always knew what was happening. Like, I guess more or less right from the beginning.
And she said it last episode to her when they were talking, her daughter and she were talking. What's her daughter's name? Rachel? I think so. Anyway, they were talking, and then Lucy says, "Women of my generation were taught to look away."
Yeah. And
but there comes a point where she's like, this is not it.
And she said, like, she still enjoyed
the life
that they had, but deep down, she was missing the romance, the desire,
the love.
Right? Just having a family and having kids, it is not enough.
It's just a facade.
Yeah.
Right. Alone that scene that we now had in this episode where you can see Tim and Hawkins in that bedroom, living room situation with the mattress. They were just dancing naked. That very intimate, romantic moment. Stuff like this. I don't see Hawkins do that with Lucy.
And I guess there might have been an earlier point where she could have left him, right? Maybe a few years before this. But it seems like there was always something happening, always a situation. Like now at the end, like in the last episode, it was obviously 78. Jackson died, right? And she said to Timmy in the hospital, it was almost like a comfort still having Hawkins, because he shared the pain, So again, that was like a moment, a reason to stay together.
Yeah, like a band-aid.
Yeah.
Shared trauma, shared grief. Fair point actually, because it makes total sense. If she losing a son and then losing your husband in the same court would have just destroyed her.
Yeah. She said she wouldn't have made it out alive.
Makes sense. But then eventually here she's also just coming to the realization. Listen.
We did have a lot of time skips in this episode.
This was a bit busy. Like, what's going on?
It was like obviously 80s, like now at the end it was 60s. I
also feel like there were some scenes that we maybe didn't need. I'm thinking particularly what's his name, McCarthy's funeral. Why did we get that scene? What did that scene do to the show? Like, was it needed? I don't know. Was that needed? Maybe closure? I don't know. Did we need that scene?
I think it was just like one more point for Hawkins to be
to get him out, to make sure that he doesn't get the job.
Yeah.
Because she also recognized him, no? The former assistant.
Exactly.
Yeah, she recognized him.
I mean, again, now we finally found out why Skippy was so upset with him. Right?
Fair enough.
He came back from the military. He was about to get this job, and Hawkins...
But isn't it funny that we talked about it? We talked about Hawkins would do the same thing and throw you under the bus if he has to protect himself and his career. And here he is doing it.
But not just doing it to anyone.
Yes,
but doing it to Timmy.
The love of his life. It's also crazy to see that Hawkins is about to apologize, and then Timmy's like, "Nah, it's fine." It's like, babe, give him that. Let this man apologize to you at least once.
Yeah, that was an interesting conversation, because it was a really bad thing that he did. But at the end, it just showed that Timmy was just deeply in love with him.
But both.
Yeah.
And Hawkins needed to pull that break.
But it was almost more like Timmy was in love with him. Hawkins was his only true love, right? And he made this comparison with God, his love for God, right? All his life, he was searching or hoping that God loves him. But in the end, it didn't matter.
No.
As long as he knows that he loves God.
Exactly.
So it's almost like projecting that onto Hawkins. He always loved Hawkins.
Yeah.
So it almost didn't matter that maybe Hawkins didn't love him back. Or like that he didn't have him completely.
But he had him.
He just is happy for the time that they did have together.
Yeah. He did say it in the last episode when they were sitting at the pool, because Hawkins asks him, "Don't you need me?" And then Timmy says, "I have you." Do you remember? Because Tim says, "Your family needs you," and then he says, "Don't you need me?" And then Tim says, "You have me."
Yeah, because we know like there's been like sometimes there was like a decade where they didn't see each other.
Yeah.
But the time they did spend together.
Yeah. Crazy. What a show. What do you think of the show?
Yeah, I mean, complete roller coaster. I mean, the acting was just amazing in each episode.
Yeah. All of the characters.
Yeah. All the characters.
In the scene where we have Marcus and Jerome having the conversation on the basketball field in that training hall, that was also very emotional.
Yeah, where he tells him that he's got AIDS.
Yeah, very, very emotional. The acting is incredible.
Yeah, everything, like the way it was shot, like some of the scenes, obviously, where it was a bit more spicy. Like the lighting was beautiful. It just like everything looked beautiful,
Yeah. I have to say though, the aging at the beginning, I thought, what is going on? Right?
Yes.
But the aging did look more convincing as the show progressed. I want to say maybe they were still testing things out in the first episode, because there is the very first episode when they're in the garden, and then Lucy, you see her, obviously it's in the 80s, and you see her, and then she had this patch, but the patch stops here, I think, right? The patch was obviously there to make your skin a little more wrinkly, but it looked like the patch wasn't covering the whole neck, throat part. So it was just a bit weird, but it got better.
I think also like now in the last episode in the 80s, like the aging did look a lot better.
More convincing.
But I think they still could have looked
older.
A little bit older.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also like obviously the story and like them always interjecting with like real life events, like in the 50s.
Well, this is based on a true story, no?
It is based, yeah, but like they always obviously showed also, obviously this was the main story, them two, their love story. Yeah, but they always showed us like what was happening, like politically.
Yeah. It was anchored in real life events. Yeah, that's what you mean, right?
Yeah. What was happening in the 50s, then in the 70s when Happy Milk got shot. Now in the 80s with the AIDS crisis. So
no, you're absolutely right. Which it just obviously this is one love story, right? And it goes for both ways. This is one family, right? You have Lucy and Hawk building this fake family, I'm gonna call it, and then you have obviously Hawk having his lover, right? And who knows how many more. And we talked about it in one discussion. We actually said we're watching this love story, but who knows how many more love stories like this existed.
Oh, yeah,
maybe even in the same department, For all you know, Fuller might have been working with other men that are also having this. Well, actually, he did,
Yeah.
But they all had these flings here and there. But who knows? Maybe actual love developed. Maybe people had these love stories that they were hiding and building fake families.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you saw it in this episode. What was her name? Timmy's friend.
Oh, his first assistant.
Yeah.
It wasn't Miranda.
There was this one moment where she talked about Darcy.
Caroline.
Yeah.
She has now a kid and is married.
Yeah. And she says, like, sometimes I wonder what would have happened if we would have just moved away.
Cottage.
Had a secret life, just keep to ourselves.
Yes. Yeah.
And I guess also, like, this is one example, but, like, I'm sure, like, this happened a lot more.
Across, of course.
Right? People just hiding their true selves and building families.
Yeah. To cover up.
I mean, this is also what Hawkins did.
Yeah. I mean, we are obviously blessed to live in the, the times we live in because of, and I guess also the country we live in, because there is still countries in the world where it's illegal and people are hiding and get killed. You know, we are thankful. We need to be thankful, and especially to those who have come before us. You know, the fights, and pride is a thing. You know, pride obviously now is more than anything just celebrating pride, but it means so much more. You know,
Yeah, of course. I mean, there is still a lot to do.
a lot. So a show like this is very important. And obviously there is also the nominations, right? The Emmy nominations.
Did they get nominated?
They got 3 nominations. It was lead actor for Hawk, Matt Bomer, and then supporting actor for Timmy, for Jonathan Bailey, and also the writer or the director, I think.
Okay.
I think the director got one as well. It's sad that they didn't get one for the actual show, for limited series, but they got one for, I think the director got one. And then the actual ceremony is going to be in September.
Okay.
So fingers crossed. It would be nice at least to have Hawkins and Tim win.
Yes.
All 3 should, because this is an incredible show.
It's interesting that they would categorize Jonathan Bailey as a supporting character.
I thought the same when
I want to say like both of them are lead actors.
I guess maybe they did it on purpose because maybe they both maybe they're both going to win. So and they wouldn't be able to win both if they would be in the same category. So. What was your favorite episode and what was your favorite scene? Maybe favorite scene is a tough question. Maybe what's your favorite episode? Or how would you rank the episodes? Maybe your top 3 episodes.
I want to say like the last 3-4 episodes were my favorites.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Why so?
I like them better than the first one. Obviously, at the beginning, it's very interesting
to get to know them.
And how they meet and everything.
Yes.
But it was very heavy as well on other characters, like with Cohen, McCarthy, and all that kind of story, which was interesting.
Yeah.
But towards the later episodes, I feel like we were more focusing on
the boys, on
Hawkins and Timmy, but also on Marcus and Frankie.
Yeah.
Right? So I feel like we got to know them even more, and it was just like, was a bit more interesting for me.
So interesting you say that. I like certain parts. It's almost like chapters, right? I like certain parts for different reasons. I like the beginning because we needed that setup, right? We needed to spend a lot of time in the 50s, right? The Red Scare, the Lavender Scare. We needed to set that up to understand really certain motivations as well. Why is Hawkins actually acting the way he is? Why he's covering up so aggressively? And same with Marcus, you know, and a lot of you actually said it in the comments. Marcus and Hawkins are an older generation and therefore are also covering up the careers or protecting the careers they built, the lives they built. I really like that. The one thing I didn't like towards the end, as much as I liked the end, I didn't like the end that towards the end I felt that we're jumping a lot.
Yes.
The time jumps were crazy.
Yeah.
I think it really started in episode 6, 7, and even 8 now. This was a lot of jumping.
Yeah.
Right? And I guess you have to because the beginning was so heavily focused on the 50s, but then once we go into like 60s, 70s, 80s, it's just jump.
And it was a bit confusing sometimes. Yes.
Yeah.
And as you said earlier as well, that it would have been nice to have if we would have seen certain scenes, right? Like for example, as you said, with the daughter at the end of
even Jackson
episode 7 saying we need to talk.
Yeah.
Jackson dying.
Yeah.
Also just seeing a bit more of Jackson, right?
To have maybe one family conflict.
We saw him at the end of episode 6 talking to Hawkins, to his dad, and they had this nice moment together. And then in the next episode we find out he passed away
And it's been 11
because
years.
he was addicted.
Exactly.
Right?
And it's been 11 years.
And we didn't see anything between that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It's like 11 years just gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. That I didn't like, but I guess they had to because maybe they also said, "Oh, we only have budget for 8 episodes," right? Nonetheless, I didn't think that the pacing was bad. I'm not saying the pacing was bad. I just felt that the jumping was a bit much.
Yes.
I have to say though, also the end was a little weird, where obviously they have this conversation outside that gala, Tim and Hawkins, and then Marcus appears and he's like, "Oh, you have a minute," and then that was their goodbye. That was their goodbye.
Yeah, I didn't fully understand because I feel like Timmy wanted to send him away
to let
because
go,
he was like, I need to let go. I need to do this, right? I need to fight for my life. I need to fight. I need to do this protest. And he probably feels like Hawkins can't be part of it because you can't be there for me like 100%, you know.
But also maybe Timmy didn't.
But did he know at the end that Lucy left him?
I don't think so. I don't think Timmy did. I and that's why Timmy sent him away, right?
But that's why, like, Hawkins could have said, "Listen, I am there for you fully. I am gonna stay."
Yes,
right?
He could have.
I will commit now.
Yeah,
right.
He could have.
But yeah, it was a bit disappointing because he did go back home.
He did. To an empty home.
And he saw, well, Lucy really is gone.
Yeah.
And I guess then obviously Timmy passed away, which we didn't see.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess he now lives alone, right? Like he still has a good relationship to his daughter, as we can see.
Well, he might even have a good relationship with Lucy, you know. After all, they build a life. But then I'm also assuming maybe he didn't go to Italy.
Yeah.
Maybe he didn't go to Italy.
Who knows?
Yeah. Right. This was the Fellow Travelers' explosiveness. I think I need a break after this. Trauma break.
Trauma break.
It was a beautiful show. Listen, it was a beautiful show. I think they've done a great job. Heavy. Very heavy.
Yeah, heavy.
Heavy show. I also absolutely love the soundtrack. They've done a good job also with the wardrobing. The costumes look really good. I did enjoy the fact that they gave Lucy Chanel at the end. That bitch deserved Chanel. After all the roller coaster and the shenanigans from Tom Hawkins. Tom Hawkins? Hawkins. Tom Hawkins? Who's Tom Hawkins? Hawkins. That bitch deserves Chanel.
Yeah.
I mean, bless her. At that point also it must have been a lot cheaper. What do you think a 255 would have cost in 1980s? Yeah. Must have been crazy cheap.
Like $1,000.
Maybe.
Or maybe less.
And now it's like 10,000. Yeah. And not even 24 karat plated. Anyway, that's the Chanel show. And no, she looked amazing. I also like the fact that in the 80s when she came to the hospital, they gave her bigger hair, right, to make it look like 80s.
She almost looked like she could have been like the first lady or something.
Yeah, something like that.
But then she did say, obviously, don't judge me by the way I look, you know.
From the sound of it, her dad was a good one.
Yeah. And she also said, like, she is also supporting the cause, but again, those are just words. We never saw her actually doing anything.
What do you mean you didn't saw her doing anything? She was married to a gay man and kept her mouth shut for 30 years. She was doing the God's work.
No, but
I know what you mean.
like,
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Right.
She was supporting the cause. She was supporting the cause. Bless her. She took one for the team. She was like, okay, you go off. I'll be here waiting for you in my Chanel. No, I know what you mean, but no. I think we need to give her some credit. She was a very supporting wife. She could have thrown him under the bus a lot of times over. Right. Anything else to mention?
No.
Thank you for being here. that is the obvious thing that we should mention. Thank you also for subscribing to tag along to this. Please do leave a comment for any suggestions. We do have an idea of what we're going to watch once we're back. Speaking of, we're actually away. We're going to be back early August. And then we're going to dive into a new show, fresh, inspired, and ready to cry some more.
Yes.
Maybe something less emotional.
Hopefully, you're going to be on that journey as well.
Exactly. So please add some suggestions down below, and we will see you for the next one.
Take care.
Bye.